Howdy doody, fellow traveler. So, Survive the Killer has a tons of maps, and since nobody has done this before, or not that I know of, I wanted to make a little top 10 list of the best Survive the Killer maps out there. Now these will not be my opinion on what I think about the maps. These maps will be located on this list depending on how the community feels about these maps. I did a little bit of a poll for feedback asking you guys which maps you guys will prefer to play, and we're just gonna do this top list video. Now this is kind of my opinion of how people treat these maps on this top list, so if you totally disagree or think otherwise, it's all good because all of us have different opinions. But without further ado, let's start with this community top 10 list. In the number 10, I'm pretty sure all of you guys know which map we have here. You called it Willow Marsh. The idea of the map is great, I like the theme of the map, but the map is very open, having little chances for survivors to escape a chase. There's really not many places to hide, and whenever you get knocked, you're in plain sight most of the time. So it's easier for campers or patrollers to keep an eye on you once you get knocked. The thing that can be a bother sometimes is the invisible barriers around the trees. Like their hitboxes are a little weird, and it's hard to tell how they work. And don't even mention when a survivor gets knocked into the water. When they do, it's a nightmare to revive some. Even when you're right next to a survivor, sometimes the revive doesn't even register, making it kind of stressful when you're trying to revive someone. The map looks nice, but definitely not the greatest map for survivors overall. Number 9, Scary Gary's Academy. There's not much to talk about this map. It was kind of confusing to learn first, but then it wasn't too bad. But just like Willow Marsh, there's not much to work with when you're being chased. There are long hallways at the bottom of the map, and if you get chased down there, good luck on making some MLG jukes to get out of that situation, cause you're probably out of the game once you're caught. It's not the worst, but it's an okay map. Believe it or not, one of my favorite maps, but I had to place it on the number 8 spot. The map is too big, and it's not the best map for killer. You'd have to check both of the floors on the map, room by room, and find survivors, and if you're a survivor and you see someone knocked from a distance, it might take a while for help to arrive. The only thing that I dislike about this map is that the killer spawns are right in front of both of the exits. So the killer, if they want it, they can just abuse the reset trick, and with a bit of luck, they can guard any exit, making it difficult or scary and very unfair when you're near these exits. Number 7, we have Fairgrounds. Honestly, if this was the old version of Fairgrounds, I would have rated it higher on this list. The new design was very nice at first, but personally never liked that it replaced an existent map. The map itself is not the greatest for both sides. Survivors have a lot of places to hide, but once you're found, just like Willow Marsh, there's not much to work with in a chase. Leaving gameplay to the side, the map looks great, but it shouldn't have replaced the old Fairgrounds. Kind of the same story for Willow Marsh. For Skate Zone, the map, once again, is a big map to go as killer. You can hide on top of the vents on the map, or find a good spot in the main map. Not the best map for killer, not the greatest map for survivor, it's kind of a 50-50 there. The map itself looks good, and I love the arcade theme. It's a good map, but I've heard of people talking about how dark this map can be, making it a little difficult to see as killer or as survivor when the killer's near. So we have to place it on the number 6 spot. Haunted Mansion is a map that I don't personally mind as killer or survivor. The map has many hiding spots, not too broken, not too obvious, it has okay spots. I love the attention to detail in this map and just how nice it looks overall. The map is okay, but there's better maps out there. There's not much to talk about this map, although it was a great addition to that Halloween update when this map came out. Number 4, Space Map. It's a good map to play, kind of fair for both sides, even though the killer reset can also be abused on this one. The map used to be better back then when you would interact with the keys and open locks to open the safe, which will give you 500 experience if you had the core and escaped with it. It would be the best and quickest way of leveling up back then. The map is pretty good, but the only thing that can annoy the survivors is getting hit into a mousetrap at the bottom floor and die by the death barrier. There's a couple of death barriers inside the map which can kill you as well. Just even by hugging walls. There's a couple of death barriers inside the map that can just be a little annoying sometimes. But the map is very good. In the number 3, we have Water Treatment Facility. We're getting into the good maps here, ladies and gentlemen. This map is a good one to play no matter your role. Has good places to juke the killer, nice hiding spots, and simple layout. Just never go to the bottom part of this map. It's a death zone. But hey, if you want to test your luck and hide there the whole round, you can go ahead cause some pro players don't really check that bottom part of the map. But the map itself has a nice and simple layout. It's one of the classic maps that, honestly, I wouldn't mind playing at all. It's a good map to play and has a fair chance for everyone to win. In the number 2 spot, we have Night School, one of the favorite maps of the community. Even if technically there's not many hiding spots, there's a good amount of lockers, and the options that this map gives you is kind of a pretty fair play. This is one of the classic maps that the majority loves. The only thing that isn't that good is that the killer can just camp the middle place that connects both of the exits. If only we had some sort of vent that could divide the ways of going upstairs and downstairs, that would be a little bit better. But staying in the middle is a strategy after all. But if you don't pick an exit before the killer decides to do that, you're in a very bad spot and probably won't make it out. But a very good map nonetheless. In the number 1, ladies and gentlemen, we have Pepperoni's Pizzeria, the favorite map of pro players. Being killer in this map is like having a bunch of ducks swimming in a cup of glass right in front of you. The map is very small, but at the same time it has so many hiding spots that makes it up for it. It is definitely the best map to be killer on, and every time you see it as a vote selection on maps, most pros will definitely select this map. It's just a great map to play on, but very deadly if the killer knows what they're doing. And well, that's pretty much— wait, hold on a second. Oh, I just noticed something. We have a number 0 on this top 10 list. What, you forgot about the number 0? Yes, 0. Yes, 0 is a number. Therefore, number 0 is the top 1 on this list.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
On the top 10 on the number 0 spot, as stupid as this sounds. On top of this list, we have Happy Neighborhood. This map is just perfect for high levels. The killer's in a disadvantage if they don't know how to maneuver themselves through the trees, considering the invisible barriers on your way. But it is possible to get a server sweep if you know what you're doing as a killer. The map has a medium size and has a bunch of tricks survivors can do, such as using trees or even getting on top of the trees from the maze, which is pretty broken and pretty unfair for the killer. The amount of tricks you can do on this map to avoid a killer are countless. You can do so many tricks to avoid the killer, and I'm pretty sure it's the safest map for survivors overall. This map will most likely win the map selection every time you see it. Happy Neighborhood is just the favorite map of the community here, or at least the majority of the community. And that does it for the top list. That is pretty much my top 10 list, sort of the best survive the killer maps out there as of right now. These spots were mostly based on how much people preferred these maps, and also based on the polls I did asking you guys which maps did you all like and dislike. So here are the results of the community. If you guys completely disagree with any of these, let us know in the comment section down below, and remember to respect each other's opinions. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you're new to the channel and you did, make sure to subscribe for more Survive the Killer content. I upload daily videos, or at least most of the time, and I will talk to you all later. See ya!